Glass delivery from our supplier is made by a specially designed lorry that backs into our factory. By lowering the complete trailer, the sides separate for easy unloading in the bay. The packs of glass are unloaded from the A-frame and stored in the appropriate racks. Coconut dust is placed in between the sheets of glass during transit to avoid scratches. All works orders are sorted into product types. Full service orders, and supply-only orders with fabrication are sent to the CAD room to be drawn electronically and programmed to the appropriate machines. All overall panel sizes are entered into the CNC cutting table. This will automatically optimize the sheets to cut in order to minimize the amount of offcuts and therefore saving considerably on material cost. For splashbacks, all the glass is cut on our CNC cutting table. A diamond-tipped cutting wheel scores the surface of the glass. The accuracy and speed of this table ensures our glass is cut within 2 to 3 hours every day. If our current volume of glass was to be cut by hand, it would take more than 12 hours. However, despite this innovative cutter, all our glass must still be broken by hand. There's no replacement for the skilled hands of a professional glass cutter. No machine can learn the exact pressure required to ensure a completely clean break in the glass. And Deco Glaze's professionals are our most valued asset. The edges of 6mm glass are polished and a small arris is ground on all 4 edges. The glass is then checked to ensure it is the right size and shape, and also inspected for any defects. The glass now passes to the CNC Waterjet machine, where sockets, holes and notches and so on are made. To ensure absolute precision in the glass, this is done with water and sand, which is blasted through a small opening at a pressure of 60,000 psi. After the Waterjet process, the dimensions are checked and the edges smoothed to help the glass go through the toughening process. All the glass is then washed and checked carefully for imperfections before it's sent out to be toughened, as any dirt on the glass would be burned in during the toughening process. Pads are placed on the glass for protection, so they don't rub against each other and scratch during transit. All worktops glass is cut on the CNC cutting table. The glass is cut slightly oversized to enable us to finish the edges by grinding and polishing them. All the fabrication on the glass is done by this one machine. It's capable of drilling holes, cutting out sinks or hob cutouts, and also notches. It can also polish any edges. Once the machine is finished, the glass is checked and sent to be washed before toughening. The toughening process happens at a special kiln. The glass is heated to a certain temperature and then cooled quickly with cold air. This causes the outside of the glass to cool quicker than the inside, putting the outer surfaces into compression and the inner surfaces into tension. The inner surface pushes outwards and the outer surface pushes inwards, which is what causes this tension. When the tension is broken, the glass will shatter into numerous small pieces. The glass has to oscillate in the kiln by moving forward and backwards, or it will distort as it softens in the oven. Not every piece of glass is successfully toughened, as imperfections may cause it to explode or crack during the process. This is unforeseeable and only comes to light once the process has begun. In this case, we have just lost a 3 by 2 meter piece of glass. We toughen the glass where needed. There is no regulation that states that glass wall paneling has to be toughened, but we believe that if the splashback is behind a hob or there is any fabrication on the glass, it should be toughened to prevent any risk of cracking. A pot on the boil on a winter's morning will produce steam, and if this hits the glass, it may well crack from the thermal shock. By toughening the glass, it becomes heat-resistant up to 400 degrees Celsius, so it won't shatter. Please note, by toughening the glass doesn't become more scratch-resistant, but does become stronger and more heat-resistant. There is simply no other work surface as strong as a toughened glass worktop. Once the glass has been toughened, we sheet the face of the glass with a thin plastic film to protect against overspray. The glass is then sorted into colors and placed on a rack where it'll be sprayed. It's then cleaned and placed on a rack one color at a time. At this point, the glass can't be touched, as this may leave fingerprints which will be visible once painted. The glass is sprayed by applying multiple coats of paint. The first coat is the most important, as this is the coat seen through the glass. Once the spraying is complete, the glass is left to cure for 12 to 24 hours, before then undergoing the final quality control process, where every inch is cleaned and checked for imperfections in the glass and paint. Once the glass has passed the quality control process, it is boxed or placed on shipping racks, ready to be delivered or collected. At the end of the day, all works orders are scanned, showing the last process done on the glass that day. This enables us to keep track of process orders on a daily basis and to know just what is happening with each piece of glass.